Okay, so that is the detecting the enemy aircraft and intercepting the enemy aircraft by using your system. So in this, the detection of the enemy aircraft and the interception should achieved within a specified or given time constraint only. If it takes more time, that time your system has to face the catastrophic situation. That means the failure of hard real-time system will have a catastrophic situation, that is either loss of the property or the loss of the human lives. So that is what the problem with the hard real-time system, or that's why these are called as a hard real-time system. Now another examples of hard real-time systems are the automobile engine control system, okay, uh, or aircraft engine control system. Now just see if it is not possible to have a control over your engines of either automobile or the aircraft within a time. What happen that you are not able to control your aircraft? So you have the first is you have the catastrophic situation. First, you have the loss of property, and also you have the loss of human lives. Okay, so now that is what the importance of these hard real-time systems. That means these hard real-time systems are already in practical use. Okay, so whatever the critical applications are there, so those critical applications are using hard real type of embedded systems. Okay, so some examples that what I have shared, that is controlling the automobile engine or controlling the aircraft engine. So that are what the best examples of your hard real-time system. So some explanation is given here. That is the real-time control system should perform its task within specified time as the operator or pilot intended. Failure of this can cause the loss of control, okay, over the your either automobile or the aircraft, and possible the loss of many lives. Okay, so which will give you the, or which will create a catastrophic situations. Okay, so this type of systems are called as a hard real-time system. So hard real-time systems are widely used in military application, in space applications, okay, or whatever the critical applications are there. So we are using these kinds of hard real-time systems. Okay. Are you getting or not this the difference between the soft real-time system and hard real-time system? Okay. So just remember the types of hard real-time, real-time system, soft real-time system, hard real-time system. The definition of soft real-time systems and the definition of hard real-time systems, different examples of soft and hard real-time systems, and you should be able to differentiate the examples. Okay, not only these examples, but there are many more examples, okay, of your real-time system. So you have to differentiate between the hard and soft real-time system. Now one more point we will cover in this lecture, that is the characteristics of real-time systems. Okay, so some of the characteristics of embedded system we have covered. Okay, anybody remember the characteristics of embedded systems? Gaikwad is there, Archana Gaikwad. Do you remember the characteristics of embedded systems? We have seen the example of digital camera. Okay. Then Harshada, are you remembering? Patore, what are the characteristics of embedded systems? So embedded system is, it is used for a, that is to achieve a single task. Okay. Then what are the characteristics? We have forgot all the characteristics. Okay. So here in real-time embedded systems, the first characteristic is very important. That is, your embedded system should be reactive with external environment. Okay, that is somewhat kind of reactiveness. Okay. Next, real-time system have a real constraints, real time constraint. That means each task have some specified time, and you have to execute each task within that specified time. So that is called as a real-time constraints. So this is the first characteristic. Second is real-time control. Okay, real-time control means not only executing any task, but you have to take a controlled decisions also. Okay, and that are real time. The real time means within a 0 times. So the real time system makes controlled decisions based on input data without any human intervention. So that is what the second characteristics of real time system. That means you have the real, that is you have to achieve the real time constraints also, but you have to along with the real time controls also. So control is very important. Next characteristics of a real-time system is called as a system is should be reactive. The same features we have seen in the characteristics of embedded system. That is, your embedded system should be reactive. So reactive means it should react to the changes in the external environment. Okay. So now in terms of real-time system, the system should be reactive to the external events. That is nothing but the interrupts. So event driven and must respond to external stimuli. That means it should react to the external environment as well as the external or internal interrupt that are generated by the embedded system. So that is called as a reactiveness of the real-time systems. Are you getting or not? Okay. Now in real-time system, interrupts are very important. Okay. So those interrupts are called as a events. In another language, it's called as a events. So if any event occurred, that means that time some interrupt is occurred indirectly. Okay. So your embedded system or the real-time embedded system should be reactive to the external changes in the external environment. For example, change in the temperature, raining season, okay, whatever all this. Okay. And also it should be reactive to the some external event. For example, your tank level is full. Okay, that is whenever it is up to the highest level, it should generate some kinds of event. Okay, so your system should be reactive to both external environmental changes as well as the events that are generated externally or events that are generated by your microcontroller. Okay. Now, one more very important characteristics of real-time system is concurrent processing. So you know the concurrent means in parallel. Okay, that means you have many events that need to be processed in parallel. Okay, so there are many events you have to process or complete in concurrent. So that is what one of the very important features of your real-time system. Okay, so just see reactiveness of your systems, concurrent processing. Okay, and then you have real-time control and real-time constraints. Okay, so these are some of the very important characteristics of your real-time system. So you can add these characteristics of real-time systems with the characteristics of embedded systems. Okay, only in real-time system what happen, the constraints comes. Okay, that means now time constraints comes and also the interrupts or events comes. That is only the difference. Otherwise the characteristics of embedded systems and the real-time embedded systems are same. Only the difference is in terms of time constraints and the use of interrupts, or called as events. Okay, so up till now we have completed the programming in embedded C. That is one point we have covered. Second point that we have covered, that is what is real time and what is real time systems. Okay, next is we have seen different types of your embedded real time embedded system, soft and real, their definition, their examples. Okay, and the last point that we have seen in this lecture is the characteristics of your real-time systems, okay, which are very much similar to the characteristics of embedded systems. Only the difference is, or only the addition is that in real-time systems, you have some time constraints, and along with this, you are going to use some interrupts, okay, to achieve your task. That is only the difference. Okay, so maybe we will stop here. in next lecture, just a minute.